but I can show you some gameplay. Oh, of course I get a good map. Oh, the map type is all right. And then also you want to be standing in Oculus rings whenever it's safe, right? This was a double yellow. All right, 2 yellows down. So depending on which version you're playing, you know, your vengeance uptime might not be uh perfect, and my vengeance uptime is not perfect yet because um the gloves that I'm using has no cooldown. I've been gambling for gloves a lot, and I mean I have a different pair of gloves that I could just get cooldown instead, but I want I want to see more a better pairs of gloves, and I've been gambling for like the last 3 weeks basically, and I don't think I'm gonna get lucky anymore. So I might have to use that other pair of gloves and just get cooldown on it. Uh, so normally for bounties, I mean, if you don't get lucky, then yes. But I would say you should save the reforging for like say Squirt's Necklace, Traveler's Pledge, Compass Rose, and the Yang's Recurve. So if you're working on Yang's, and you didn't get lucky rolls, lucky drops or anything, then you have to do bounties, in order to get a better Yang's recurve, right? A better weapon. In terms of should you grind bounties, well, you can ask yourself if you want to take advantage of the double bounties. And I normally just, you know, do bounties every now and then because I don't do public bounties, and I don't enjoy playing bounties. So the oldest way to consider whether to use bounties or not is consider which slot of gear is harder to upgrade, and whether you consistently get the drops or not. So if you don't consistently get Squirt's necklaces, then you want to use the cube recipe, page 2, the reforging. But if you consistently get enough gear, so let's say you do like, 2 minute rifts or something, right? 2 to 3 minutes kind of rule, rule of thumb. Well, if you do enough of that, you hope to get the drops that way instead, because bounties are pretty expensive too. If you're just, you know, willy nilly using bounties, right? So I have a friend who stocked up like, 600 bounties and didn't get very much for his Marauder side either. I have another friend that's saving a lot for captains, so for a better captain set. So if you're like, needing bounties for your captains to improve your captains, especially all resist, then yes, you should be doing bounties to upgrade your gear in that sense. I hope that answers your question. My so I do 114 roughly, you know, like 5 minutes, between 4 minute 30 to 6 minutes 114s. And the reason why I do 114, or like why am I spending so much time? Well, there's two things to think about. A lot of people just think about the, you know, obviously speed and EXP and whatnot, but you also got to consider if you're your goal is to do some pushing. And when you practice, it's not about one-shotting things because you're not one-shotting in your pushes unless you have so much Paragon that you actually one-shot in pushing, right? So the whole idea about why I'm doing these 5 minute, 6 minute thing is also the practice to see how much damage you can take and how well you position yourself or your sentries. So, and then see how much damage you can take. Because if you're doing one shotting, you don't know whether your gear is good enough. Because all you see is them dying. Well, obviously, your gear is good if they're dying that fast. But then, once you start stepping it up to do your push GRs, then you're like, now what do I do? I just get one shotted. Like, instead of you one shotting them, they one shot you. So, I like to do these 5 to 6 minute ones to kind of give yourself that warm up or practice so that when you do actually do GR pushing, you don't you don't do a whole separate mindset. So that's just my style. A lot of people's style is just straight under 2 minutes. They like the straight under 2 minute thing. Like no matter what, they just do the straight under 2 minutes or under 3 minutes. Like no bullshit. That's fine, but unless you're very well versed in the builds, um, I would say that when you start getting too much into that 3 minute mode, when you're doing your pushing, you're gonna die a lot. It's not just it's not just you or your gear, but it's because of your mindset. And then people are like, "Well, I don't feel like pushing. It's a 9 minute run." Well, if you're pushing and it's 9 minutes, you can push higher. So they reflect too much about their time based on their speed runs, you know? So their mindset just isn't like in the correct mode because they're like planning their push time as though it's speed and then they don't know how to warm up for their push in a way that they do too much speeds, then they actually die so much that they can't push higher than they actually can. And for me, I don't push very high because I don't like dying. So my playstyle is like as though I'm playing hardcore, but not hardcore. But I treat each GR pushing like hardcore. Even though obviously I've already died before and I've like when I push I've died before, but I generally try to reduce the amount of dying. So that's how I approach my GRs. So this is probably like a what 5 minute 40 something maybe. I mean I can check, right? Yeah. I hope that helps. Oh, 513. So see and and I'm still gaining like one paragon anyway. Because if you spend 2 keys to do one paragon, that's if you have a lot of keys, right? And Marauder Gloves is not ancient again. So good luck on your upgrading. So hopefully I gave you some tips, and obviously not ancient Yangs either. No problem. So yeah, I just did a 114 in around 5 minutes. So you don't have to worry so much about the 3 minute thing you know if you if you're really working on Paragon. So if you're working on Paragon, just treat yourself to practice around the 110. So even though you say 105 to 110, just practice the 110s so that when you do the GRs, push GRs, you feel comfortable. That's all. Is that double blue again? Oh, well, earlier was double yellow, now it's double blue. Okay. But still double nonetheless. Okay. It's floor. Double pack. Okay. Shield's about to go down. Let's kill them. Okay, good. again. Yeah, key. Nice. So yeah, see, I just play to try not to die and not get procced as well if I can. Shouldn't. All right. That was two 114s. Not bad. Let's go spend. Ancient again. Bogans. Oh boy. Triple pack. Oh, okay, this hurts. This one might. Okay. I managed to get the triple pack down, but I got procced once. Okay. Bogans are painful. And Lacuni Huntresses together. I don't like fighting bogans, so please next floor be. Oh, well. Alright, now I can go next floor. Please don't be bogans. Ah, this rift sucks. Both fire shamans and bogans on two separate floors. Well, luckily it's separate floors, but still, I don't like I don't like either of those. Why are they all camping on the other side? Don't camp on the other side. Of course, I took explosion damage. Do I get another pylon soon? Hello? There we go. I was like, I haven't played enough pylons. I was like, where's my shield pylon? But hindsight. Hopefully those two squirts necklaces are for my God DH side. That was a slow one. A resistance version of my Nats build. It's so funny that now I'm getting ancient ones when I hadn't gotten ancient for a long while. And then I keep getting ancient helmets now. It's a no. That's a no. 2. I don't like the 50% This is a defensive version or resistance side. That's funny. And my EXP bar is just moving slowly more and more to the left now. So I need to get it back to the middle. So let's go ahead and do 9 and get it back to the little over halfway. Well, it's going to be over halfway, but sheesh. Soul Lashers and Bogans. This is an annoying 109. On squirts necklaces. A 1,000 decks. That's funny. Alright, back to team. I should probably spend again. I'll just do my one first. Oops. Didn't expect that elite to be there. Minute 34 for 110. Okay, I guess you need to go back down a little lower. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to be spending 8 minutes. So yeah, definitely do something that is around 5 minutes or less. Definitely not. Don't do 8 minutes. That is too much. But it is a good practice though. If you're if you didn't die at all in the 110, then great. But definitely stay around the 5 minute mark would be good. but you get to see how what your weaknesses are, right? Though, like, so if you do 8 minutes, if let's say you died like 5 times, you have to watch like what you died, like take a note of what you died to, or like what took you the longest, and then you know where you need to improve. So, for example, one example I can give is if you died like a lot on one of the elite packs, it could have been frozen. The elite FX frozen. So when they actually cast some patches and right below your feet, right? It's like it's unavoidable. Then you get procced, right? Right below your feet. Then you know you need to improve your health pool, for example. Or if it's a frozen pulse, then you need to vault one more time. Or like pause before vaulting so that you know where it's gonna stop. And if your pause gets you killed, that means you need more resistance or health pool. Stuff like that. So it's not just about the time necessarily. It's also depending on how you react against certain affixes. Oh, a key. But I should have spent. But I got a key, so I can take my sweet time. Still not. Did you mention your paragons to me? Don't remember. Not ancient. Be 6, 4. Okay, almost 1200. Not bad. Yeah. So yesterday I was helping out my friend. She was playing from like Paragon 1334, and then we were doing 114s, and I got her to 1350. So just 16 paragons. And also my rule of thumb. Oh, thank you for staying and watching, by the way, and listening. And then you get to see like how you position stuff and whatnot, if that would help you as well. But what was I gonna say?